I'm not sure why chat's like this today. It's, I don't know. I didn't change any of the CSS. Like, why? Why are you like that? That doesn't make sense. It's an ugly box. It's, I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. It's kind of, it's fine. It's not really fine. Hello, chat. My apologies for being late today. This is literally 2 days late. Hello, Peyton. Hello, Esty, and hello, Arkham. Today, yeah, the past couple of days, oh my god. So, in general, life has been getting so busy for me. It's kind of ridiculous. Also, hello, Penboo. Yeah, I don't know what the issue is. I'm guessing it's something on, like, the end of whatever OBS or YouTube CSS, because I haven't changed any of the CSS. Oh my god, Arkham, just go to sleep. Going to sleep is fine. But yeah, hi. Okay, so what happened on Monday was after Super Streamer Lobby, I heard that Wiley was in the area. So Wiley called me on Monday and was like, "Oh, you're in the same area." I was like, "Yeah." And so I met up with Wiley on Monday night. It was wild. He's a fun guy. He's a lot of fun. And I also realized, like, in my conversation with Wiley and Red Lyra, I am not nearly good enough at anything related to Tetris. Like, god dang, I am bad at Tetris, and I need to get so much better at Tetris. So yes, in any case, I will be going on like my Tetris journey arc again because I'm not good enough yet. And oh my god, in regards to like getting good at things, so for my field work, I've been having to go to like the local table tennis club and the local badminton club, and I am just getting absolutely wrecked by the old people. I am terrible at table tennis. My table tennis is okay. If in Tetrio I'm an S-, in table tennis I'm probably like an A- rank. And my A- rank in like, oh my god, like I can spin the ball, I can smash, but like I'm not good enough for people. Okay, well, yesterday at the table tennis club, people just like wanted to volley. One guy played a game with me, and my only goal for my game with this guy was, can I get points on the board? and we played 3 matches, and then I had to go home because it was getting late. But I got 1 point in one match, I got 4 points in another match, and 3 points in another match. And basically, most of these points were off of mistakes he made, not like I tripped him up. So, but like regardless, I got points on this guy, and I'm gonna take that as a dub. Basically, right now, my table tennis playing and my Tetris playing are the same problem. So you know, okay, you don't know, but I think I talked about it one time on stream, but you can have a really strong opener, but if you can't return any garbage after that, you're kind of screwed. And that's kind of where my table tennis game is. Like, I've got my serve down. Like, I'm not like the Olympic athletes who like got this really cool whoosh, go poof kind of thing. But I am like good enough where I can give you a decent serve and you might not be able to return it. But I've got a decent enough serve where it's like, oh god, I actually have to play really, really smart to return this. So like if I put a ton of topspin on it, they return it. Like, I've already been put into a defensive position because they returned it. I'm like, well, screw that. I have no idea what's going on at this point. I also forgot to set up one more thing. Let me get this one thing set up. Paint. Because we're gonna paint today. And so, oh my god, I am just getting absolutely demolished at pink table tennis. And it's okay, because My goal is to have fun and also get participants. So with all that, like, you know, we're having a time. I think we're having a time. I'm having a time at the table tennis club. So I've been spending a lot more time over at the table tennis club trying to get trying to get participants for my study. It's a time and a half. So yeah. Also, hello Javier, welcome on in. Glad to have you. And looks like I have paint up. We are good to go. Yeah. So basically, oh wait, I have paint. I can like. Hold on, let me see if I can get this set up right. Let me show you what exactly is going on in ping pong. So one, table tennis is not just silly, haha. Okay, yes, Zhuni's triathlon arc may be over, but the only reason I'm going to table tennis club is because I need participants for my study. So anyhow, I was talking about table tennis club. Let me get we'll just do window capture for now. We'll do window capture. Is this gonna? I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Table tennis is such a good time. It just feels real bad when the old people start kicking my butt. Like, they just really kick my butt real hard. Like my butt. Oh my god, I am lucky if I can return something from them. Okay, that's where I am with table tennis. And I have like the cool serve where you toss it up and you get the backspin on it. I got the left spin on it, and then I can also smash it a decent amount and like volley decently back and forth. But god dang, these old people are going to be the end of me. Like I think the last time I said I came back from table tennis club, my legs were so sore because I was squatting too much to try to get these god dang balls and pick them up. And of course, you know, I never actually got any of the balls. Don't quote that. Don't quote that. I never actually like was able to successfully return some of them when I like went and lunged for them. But you know, it was a time and a half, and a time and a half was had, and I at least had a good time, and that's what counts. There we go. Un momento. Not that one. That one, and then we're gonna shrink it down. So yeah, it's been a time for Zhuni. It's been a time. Table tennis, paddles, balls, take it as you will. But really though, Zhuni has been working on a ton of crap recently, and I've made some really good progress on a lot of that stuff. So I feel like I've talked about some of these projects with you all at some point, but I've never actually gone and shown like talked through some of the projects. So, first off, one, thank you so much for all the success on the short. I don't know how it did so well. I'm not really gonna think about it because it's doing really well, like oddly well, and I don't understand why, and I'm not gonna think about why. But on that short, I talked about doing something for bass clef and tenor clef and alto clef. I don't remember where alto clef is. So we're gonna do a really quick transition. And we're gonna go into reading music again. Okay. First, oh god. Okay, this is fine. Okay, first off, yeah, we love Zhuni and Microsoft Paint. It's like my favorite thing in the world. Truly favorite thing in the world. And I hate this thing. I actually hate Microsoft Paint because I'm so good at it. Okay, so first, how am I with horror? This is, okay, sorry, we digress. How is Zhuni with horror? How is Zhuni... Zhuni with horror. I don't do that well with horror. Horror is really hard. I find Elden Ring pretty scary at a lot of times. And like scary scary, like not like, oh, this is a big scary boss, but quite honestly, I've been walking around my house now, or like when I'm playing any game or watching anything, I have this very instinctual habit of locking onto things. Also, hello Twig VTuber, welcome on in. Also, while we're here, welcome to this. Thank you for the right. Thank you, Twig, for the raid. I appreciate it. Hello, Twig. It's great to have you. For folks who do not know me, I am was NexStage's formerly NexStage's in-house academic, Zhuni Excel. I do music analysis. I used to make graphs and stuff, and I do a lot of Tetris and Elden Ring games in general, but those two games I've been really focusing on a lot. But thank you for the respectful Twig. We're glad to have you. Casually said, yeah. We beat, okay, like aside from, I'm not like those other VTubers who say they can beatbox. I legitimately can beatbox. I mean, like, okay, so if beatboxers, this is where the academic is, okay? This is a standard curve of beatboxing ability, okay? If we assume that this is the mean VTuber ability of beatboxing on a scale from 1 to 5, and most people are a 3, and we assume there's a standard curve, I'm probably at like a 4 in terms of beatboxers and the ability to actually beatbox. I'm not 5 as like, this is like I'm assuming you're pro beatboxers who actually compete globally, but also I'm not like a 4 where it's maybe like a 3.75 is probably where I am. Okay, this actually should be 2.5. But I expect some sick. I am glad I was able to provide such quote unquote sick ass beatboxing unquote. But yeah, like I'm probably here-ish. You know, I'm like 1 point, maybe like a standard deviation above the norm in regards to my ability to beatbox. So welcome on in. I'm glad to have you. Today's stream, I'm going to be talking about some of the stuff that I've worked on in the past couple of months. But I'm also told people that I would do a tutorial on reading bass clef and reading tenor clef and alto clef, which I think I got them backwards, but I think this one's tenor and this one's alto. But yeah, shouldn't be surprised there's pro beatbox. Oh my god. Okay, side note, I will one day just do I would like to do a watch through of just like pro beatboxing. It's kind of wild. Like the team beatboxers are my favorite. They get some crazy noises. I have to take out my retainer. Okay, let me see if I can take out my retainer. Because some of the noises I can't make because I have a retainer in. And so, okay. Look, I got my retainer out for this. Like the... Can I make that sound anymore? Did my teeth gap shut too much? Oh my god! My retainer broke my sound! I'm sorry, I've been getting my teeth corrected and I can't make a particular beatboxing sound that I used to make, and this is kind of tragic. I'm really sad. Sorry. God dang. Oh, SD, I believe if I understand sick ass is good. Oh man. This is really tragic as one of the sounds that I like to make for holding melodies is it doesn't work anymore. I have to like fine tune my face. I'll figure it out. But yeah, there's like a lot of really cool beatboxers and beatboxing teams. It's wild. So basically like a beatboxing team, think of it like a cappella, but like one dude's like and then some guy's like like holding something else on top of it. Ugh. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. Like there's some crazy things. And even like the evolution of beatboxing itself, like classic beatboxing was like a, but now beatboxing is like a, it's really cool. Like the evolution of beatboxing is its own journey. And let me check if my piano works. It is so much fun. So yes, I went on this tangent because I'm there in beatboxers. I'm like one standard deviation above the norm. Yeah. I'm kind of okay. I make fart noises. SD, I appreciate you so much. Let me go ahead and start a new file for this. Don't save this. But yeah. So let's talk about reading music first. So also thank you to everyone who has seen this short on reading treble clef and bass clef. That was from our stream on Coconut Mall and making an electro swing version of Coconut Mall. And so originally we talked about the treble clef, and this is our good friend, the treble clef. And in the treble clef, all you really, okay, I'm gonna finish this tutorial and then I'll get into why I started beatboxing, because there's a funny reason. So this is your friend, the treble clef, and if you remember, he has a little happy face here, and he's like, wow, I'm so great to see you. He doesn't really care. He just wants you to be read. So in treble clef, we said this thing was G. And so in G, and then from G though, you start over. It doesn't go to H ever. It goes back to A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, most musicians can only go to G. So really they only know words like gab. They know the word gab. They know the word dab. They know the word bed. But really, if you put any other letters more than that go beyond G, it gets really, really confusing for them. So most musicians can only go to G. They also can't count beyond 6. Sometimes you get those really weird prime number time signatures like 13/8. Sometimes you get things like 23/8, but it's okay. Most musicians can't really go beyond the numbers 8, 4, and 6 most of the time. But anyhow, all bad music jokes aside, most musicians are very intelligent people. They're incredibly talented. Give them more credit. Those are jokes because I'm also a musician and I can make those jokes. Anyhow, that aside, all that aside, the other clef that we have when you're reading piano music on the grand staff is you also have another 5 lines down here. And you get this thing called the bass clef. Wow, Zhuni, what's a bass clef? The bass clef is for the part of the piano that goes from here down this way, versus the treble clef goes from here and this way. And so when we read the bass clef, the first note that we see is we go to the circle thing again. You know, this is basically like his eyeball, and you can kind of give him like an angry face, and you can give him hair, and he's got like the heh, I'm an evil villain kind of look. This is why I'm not a drawing VTuber. I clearly am very artistically talented, and I charge a lot for my work. So anyhow, with that, what you need to know in bass clef is that this circle is F. Now, if you can figure out what the F is, what do you think is the next space above, chat? But seriously, what is the next line above? Now remember, chat, we have A, B, C, D, E, F. What's today's letter of the day? It's G, as in gastronomy, or gas, or grape, or gab. Okay, so yes, I feel like I've got, yes, there we go, Oscar, it's G, let's go. So the space above it is G. Now, if we learned anything, okay, what's after G? I swear to God, if you say it's H, I will end the stream right now, because this space, this line is definitely not G. Where do we start back? It needs to be what? This is G, F, G, and what's the first letter of the word and? It's A! I'm pretty sure there's lag, so you all are good. Yes! Let's go, Javier and Cass! That is exactly right. It is A. And so if you want to read the rest of the bass clef, you basically just do the same thing. A, and then you go down E, D, C, B, A. And then you can add more lines. Now, the things that people don't talk about are like the weird cousins of the treble and bass clef. Okay, now let's not get into the weird backstories of if treble and bass clef are related. Okay, if we don't personify any of our key, like our key, not key signatures, if we don't personify our clefs, right? Let's just say the treble clef and the bass clef are homies. They hang out together. They rule the kingdom of clefs. But sometimes you get these weird other clefs that are like, hey bro, what's good? And they look kind of like this. And they got a circle here. And they go on weird lines. And they're like, yo, what's up? And they're like, hey, treble clef, bass clef, what if I have an instrument like a bassoon that's like not in between? And the treble and bass clef are like, well, screw you. You don't exist. But for bassoonists or violists, there's other clefs that are really helpful, like the tenor clef. And so the tenor clef, what you really need to look at, also, can I transpose this into H minor? I will fight you, Twig. But yes, we have things like tenor clef and alto clef. And the reason for tenor clef and alto clef is for bassoon. The bassoon's range, when you learn bassoon, this is generally the range that you hang out in. But for some passages, such as like Stravinsky, what is it? Rite of Spring, the Rite of Spring solo for the bassoon, or what else? I feel like the Sorcerer's Apprentice. That says Sorcerer's Apprentice. Definitely says Sorcerer's Apprentice. Those are written higher for the bassoon, so they definitely hang out in this range. And so for writing, it's just easier to have things here unless you want to have like 1,000 other ledger lines, and it's just like, why not just move it up? So when you're reading tenor clef, what you really need to know is that this centerpiece is C. And then from there, you can figure everything else out. I'll write it down for you as well. C, D, E, B, A, and then it goes back to G, F. And like, you have to practice reading them, but that one's tenor clef here. And the bottom one that we have in the middle, this one's alto clef. And of course, this is a really ugly version, but they kind of look like that. Not really. I'm just really bad at drawing things. I can do the bass and the treble clef, but tenor clef, I don't usually write in tenor clef. So would I say that treble and bass are roommates? I know you put joking, but like technically within a piano score, they are roommates because they're always in the same grand staff, right? Like they're always together, but sometimes treble clef goes and has a good time. And so, oh, it's backward? It's backward. Thank you. It's one way. It looks something, it's either this way or this way. But, yeah, sometimes treble clef gets bored of bass clef and plays with itself. It's a little scandalous. Bass clef does the same thing, but they don't talk about it. I'm done. Okay. That aside, so yes, that is treble and bass clef. Now, the other story is, let me go back and check my piano if it's working. Just chatting. Actually, you know what? Oh, hey, hello, Ayla Raid. Did Ayla forget? I forgot to push the save button. Or hi, Ayla. Also, welcome. I should have grabbed water. Where's my water? Hello, Kevkins. I hope you're doing well. She forgot to push I forget to push the save button too. That's so valid. Ayla, I hope your bookshelf house went okay. totally fine. I truly do hope it went okay. But also, if you have that chaotic urge to throw it out the window, I fully respect and support your need to toss it out the window. However, I would also say that, you know, you did put a lot of... I don't think that thing was cheap. So even if it's broken, it doesn't have a top. It works. No, it's one of the many bugs of YouTube at the moment. Oh, okay. Ayla's responsible. Oh God, Ayla's responsible. Ayla's responsible. No. Ayla is the most responsible. We will assume that Ayla always pushes the save button because I don't. Sometimes I forget to push the save button. Like valid. I just don't. Yeah, I'm dumb. But yes, YouTube is being very, very dumb right now. Hence, this I didn't change any of the CSS. No, it's not Ayla's fault. I'm sorry. I assumed the worst case. This is on me. Zhuni is big dumb dumb. Yeah, I don't really know what's wrong with the chat. Apparently, I need to re-sign into YouTube. Ayla is wisdom and Ayla is grace, but also Ayla. I'm going to assume you have not eaten, so please make sure you get food. Please don't hesitate to raid and run. Check my messages in the DM, in the Discord. But yes, we've gone through talking about treble clef. We've talked about bass clef. We've talked about tenor clef. We've talked about alto clef, and we were talking about beatboxing earlier. And someone asked, how did Zhuni get into beatboxing? That is a very fun story. So, actually not that long ago. For the purposes of the story, it's not long ago. Way back, long time ago, when one day when small Zhuni was sitting in chemistry class. Zhuni was bad at chemistry, and Zhuni was like, this is not going. And so Zhuni was assigned homework that evening, and Zhuni was working on it at like 10 p.m. And all of a sudden, Zhuni was like, I want to beatbox. So Zhuni did what any child does. Zhuni went onto YouTube and looked up how to beatbox and found like the old, you know, like the classic one, the and of course that was like the entryway to the whole, you know, everything. And so then from then on, Zhuni just started making a lot of fart noises everywhere. Now, it wasn't until college when Zhuni really got into beatboxing. And of course, you don't dive into hobbies just willy-nilly. You know, Zhuni had a breakup because, you know, what else spells learning new hobbies and getting into new things than breakups? Am I right? Breakups are a time for self-discovery and finding who you are. And what finding me was beatboxing. And so I dived into the world of beatboxing and acapella. And from there, I learned not only like a but I also learned and so from then on, I really took a deep dive into beatboxing because I didn't realize there were like regional beatboxing battles. And so I wanted to try battling in one of them. And I did battle in one of them. And as kind of my competitive history dictates, I got my butt handed to me. Like, I was destroyed. And so I've kind of like just casually been beatboxing, but I don't know, maybe I'm like the one, I think I am one of many VTubers. I say this as a caveat because I have not looked at every single VTuber and I don't know which ones can or cannot beatbox. But that can beatbox. One of my favorite things to do is I would love to do freestyles with people. So if I can just like sit like a, and they lay down some bars for me. It's a good time. And I also feel like beatboxing is a really, really great way to express your musical ideas. So for example, like a lot of the things that I have today in Ableton are ideas that I had in my head, but I couldn't get out onto paper because quite frankly, I didn't know how to get them on paper. Yeah. So I really had to just like sing them all out in my head. And once they're sung in my head, like, you know, they come out eventually. So 1 second, un momento, I need to switch. I need to switch over because I think this is a pretty good transition over to getting into Ableton today. So let me go ahead and first explain what we are doing. So today, I am going to not show you my bottom desktop bar. I am going to show you some of the projects that I've been working on. So recently, you all saw, okay, we're just gonna switch. Also, yes, it is our good friend Ableton, I guess. 1 second though, because I don't want you to look at all my other projects that I'm working on because some of my projects are kind of private. Okay, I have projects that I'm working on that I don't need you all knowing about. So first, let's go into what I wrote for SSL. Okay, the first song that I wrote for SSL. Last year when I participated in SSL, I was like, oh, like I would love to be able to write some music for this. This is like super cool, and I wasn't gonna do it for money. I'm just like, this is really, really cool, and just even having my opportunity out there. No, this is a music stream. Hold on, I swear to God, this is a music stream. And we're gonna actually go into how I wrote my music. I'll see if I can also find some of the old drafts of the music. I don't think some of it you can show. So the first song that I wrote for SSL is I'm not getting hired for MLG, don't worry. So the first song that I was working on was the bomb mode, and the bomb mode was inspired. So last year when I was playing this, I realized there's like no funk, and I feel like if any mode needs to have funk, it needs to be the bomb mode. And I've always wanted to write funk music. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that this is working. Let me turn off my BGM and turn off studio mode. Turn back on desktop. Okay. Let me go ahead and make sure that you can hear this. Okay, cool. You can hear that. So the way the song came out first is I wanted funk, but I also wanted a super, super dramatic song that had like idol-y vibes to it because I want to learn how to write idol music. So I've been working on some idol-y-ish projects in the background, listening to them more often. And there's like a certain quality to idol music, but there's also like certain qualities to funk and like jazz. So some pieces that inspired this was like Cowboy Bebop, Cowboy Bebop, bop, bop, bum. Also, other inspirations are the intro to Spy Family. Sorry, I can actually play that one. Something like that. I also had like Chainsaw Man vibes, like the boom, 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 boom. So I had these kinds of songs in mind, and then I also had songs like, let me turn off the, let me add an extra track for audio so I can just play piano. I want you, I need you, I love you. Kimi ni aete. It's too high for me right now. And so I had those kinds of songs also playing in my head. And I've always wanted to like shove these two kinds of things together. Like a really, really good example of this is the Zombieland Saga. Like the ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-ba-ba-da-ba, do-do-do-do-do-do, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da, ba-ga-da. Also, I would like to say credits to Ayla, as Ayla has inspired a lot of the whole idol vibe for Zhuni. And as much as I complain about having to learn idol music, it slaps. It slaps so hard. So first, let me play the intro. All right, so the ba-ba-ba. Basically, how I came to that. So I was trying to study some really cool chord progressions. The original chord progression that I had for this was, and that's from One Piece. And And there's also used in a couple of other places. And then I realized, like, I don't like that much. I need something a bit more dramatic. And so usually when I start playing piano and warming up, I just kind of do like a... Like, I really enjoy diminished chords a lot. And so really this intro is just how I kind of warm up. It's, yeah, that's how I warm up. So really, when I was rewriting this song, because the first draft I couldn't use because it had explicitly the Tetris theme in it. And legally, you are not allowed to use the Tetris theme if it's related to a Tetris game. The Tetris theme is technically a Russian folk song. Idea that I had was basically like a remix, like a boom, boom. For example, like and then I had some idly stuff on top of it. You can actually hear parts of the idea that I had from the original song in here. So this the idle theme that I have in here is the idle theme is from the old song that I had before I had to take it out, or before I rechanged everything. And so the bass line here. So the bass line is. So that should sound like mildly familiar to like also The Great Pretender. Yeah. And I knew like for this song, it needed to have a bass line that slaps. Like when I wanted people to feel this when they were playing. Like I wanted the opening to be really big. So like you get right off the bat, you pull off your whatever opener that you do. And then right after you finish your opener, you should get into the like you're starting to groove, you know? And so in here, the instruments that I have my like usual, the techno beat. I just can't get enough of this. Like I love this so much. And then of course, so in the bass line, I have all the explosions in my drum kit. And so all I used the drum kit for this one was just like driving bass. And this is a really dry bass. And the reason for it being a dry bass though is, I usually like really wet basses, and when I say like a wet bass, I want I want extra verb to it, and you can see that in the Happy Birthday one. So I'm not used to this one, but I used it to blend with the 909 techno, like the actual drum set. So the bass line doesn't change at all. It's a typical 1-4-5 chord progression with like some little like some groove on it. So yeah, I start off with like, and structurally it also is very similar to Mixed Nuts. It's very similar to the opening of Cowboy Bebop and even like The Great Pretender. So yeah, it's like this catchy, let me catch your attention and let's get into this. This is actually the first time that I started experimenting with this Contact 7 rhythm guitar, and like the bop 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 bop. And getting like using it mostly for rhythm. So after this, I started using it a lot, and you can see it in some of the videos that I started doing. I was using this guitar a lot because I was just playing around, and this organ. After I made my intro music, I realized this is a really cool organ. Now, the problem that I had writing the melody for this is I actually had no idea what to write. Like, I wrote this really... And,
「君の声が聞こえる」
And so what I did to write the melody at this point, I was just like, I have no idea what to write. So I kind of treated this as like, this is just going to be a practice session for Zhuni. So literally I can show you what I did. I took this loop bar here and I took the other end of the loop bar and I pushed loop and I'm going to turn this off. Yeah, I really just sat and vibed on it. And fortunately, the sitting and vibing on it gave me whatever I had here. And when I was writing the melody, what came out to me after I played this was it actually sounds a lot like the N64 Super Mario circuit. It also sounds a lot like Mario, a lot of Mario Kart tracks. So after this, I went and just did a deep dive into just listening to Mario Kart tracks. And I felt like a lot of the Mario track music could help a lot in trying to write this. So I did listen to that a lot. Particularly, I listened to the opening of the Super Mario, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, like the and so a lot of the brass inspirations come from there too. So I'm pulling from like a lot of like these big band game soundtracks. Anyhow. Honestly, that is like my favorite part, it's so good. I love those hits so much. Also, hello, today we're going through a lot of the projects that I've been working on over the past couple of months. So I'm going through the music that I wrote for Super Streamer Lobby. And then at the end of stream, we're going to go into how I wrote I Have No More Fucks to Give. Because I actually think the writing process for I Have No More Fucks to Give is pretty solid. I had to take a very hands-off approach to a lot of it. And even like getting some of the lyrics right and getting the right feeling was difficult. So anyhow, we'll get into that at the end of stream. But yeah, we're just going through all the songs that I've written so far. And we're just going to take this like, we're going through my own analysis of my process. And so for folks, this is a re-enunciation of the theme, except I split it between the trombones and the guitar. And then it changes to the trombones. Back to guitar. Good trombone. And then the organ takes over. Oh no, sorry, that's the guitar still. And then we go back up. Okay, so here's the first time we get the idol theme. And this sounds very much like the Dragon Ball theme. It's not idle, but I think this is like the closest that I got at the time when I was writing to actually write an idle theme. But what I think a lot of is missing here is like the sparkly idle sounds. And I don't know if I could have incorporated the sparkly idle sounds into here without it sounding a bit weird. Hence why I tried to write the melody as idly as I could and trying to get it as like magical girl vibes. But I know that this is not magical girl. The chord progression for this is also a bit tricky. I don't know what I did one time. I did like... something like that. It was weird. I don't know what the progression was that I played, but I'm like, this works. I just have to remember it. And one time I didn't touch for this for like 2 weeks, and then I came back. I was like, oh my god, I have no idea what the progression is, and that was painful. Also, all the explosions in the song I added afterwards. I no joke, I wrote the whole thing, and all I did afterwards was I made all the sounds. So let me go ahead and show you where I put all of the not that one, where I put all of the explosions. The explosions is literally its own thing here. These are all explosions that I have. And so I cleaned up all these sounds. I did it during a membership stream, but yeah, I did a lot of cleaning on these sounds. Not a lot. I did some editing just so they blended a bit better into the soundtrack. Yeah, I really just started pushing buttons. The progression that I used is, it's a typical Golden Road. Wait, is it? It's not. It's a 1-4-5. 6, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6. And then from the 6, I take it, I do the major 7 back to 1. And it wants to go back here to a key change to F, but I don't let it. So yeah, the chord progression is a bit weird. But I also wanted, like, whenever I'm writing melodies, I don't want to use like the typical ones. Like, I always want to add something interesting, whether it's like a 2-5-1 or if it's just like changing the end. The reason for this is there's a Chinese artist that I listened to. I did a medley of his for the 3D concert. JJ Lin picks a lot of common chord progressions, but what he does at the end of all his progressions is he changes it just a little bit. So he'll add like the minor 4 or the minor 5 and then just resolve it. And so I really like that way of like giving your music a bit of twang, I guess. I guess twang's the right word. I really enjoy adding that extra flavor. Flavor is probably the better word, to my chord progression instead of using something common. But also, like, a lot of J Rock does that same thing. They just like slap in a random chord that makes no sense, and it's like, oh, this kind of works. So a lot of this was experimenting with what chord can I slap in, and learning more about theory and understanding the relationship between different notes and keys. I'm able to better slap in the right notes, but truly sometimes I just sit here and slap them together and hope they're right. Excuse me. So this is the first time I introduced the theme, and this is like, so you all get it in your head. And then I play it again, and I layer a couple of extra instruments. I have the organ on it, and then I have the just accents. Bop, 2, 3, 4, bop, bop, and this is the chord. Ba 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 ba. And then I change it to like an actually more idly, like the like it sounds like a synth. It's a synth. And then so in this last one, the synth takes the melody, but then I give the counter to the guitar to just kind of like riff off of, right? I'm really thinking this is like a jazz thing, so it's like, okay, this is the part where we just let the guitar just kind of do their own thing. And for this part, I really just riffed. Okay, that part. So this is the it's supposed to sound like a like a techno build-up, but it didn't really work out that way. But it worked out in different ways. Originally, this was supposed to be the inversion of this. It was supposed to go. But when I played the inverted way, I didn't like it. I felt like it lost a lot of energy going down. Versus so I switched it and had it just going back up because it just built energy better. This section, ba 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 da 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 da. This section is the first time I merge both ideas together. I'm attempting to pull together the ba 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 da ba and the ba da ba 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 da ba ba. And so you can hear I basically took the I jazzify it, I guess, and make it fit for the actual original theme that we have. Yeah, I thought it was pretty clever at the time. Because it's also, the way that I had it in my head is, oh, we're taking these VTubers on like a Tetris journey. Like a lot of these, like, I think a handful of YouTubers who participate in this have never actually gone and played Tetris a lot. And so I took this as an opportunity. Like, if we took a VTuber, put them in a Tetris game, what would their journey look like? And this is basically the brain rot that I am. I also love this lick so much. And then this is the ending theme. This section, the bum, 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 the accenting, the bass line. I wanted this to be like, if you come out with anything, okay. I was reading through the guidelines for the music and I was like, oh, I need to have an earworm. And so like this bass line has been sitting with me for a while. So I want you all to remember this. Like remember that, if anything, like groove to that. Cause I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this bass line is like something I can shake my butt to. And I am here for the butt shaking. And I always love me like a high squealing organ. That's just like, I love it. I don't know why. So that's why there's the organ. It's just like, yes, yes, squeal organ. Now, this last one, we're about 2 minutes into it, and I feel like at this point in a game of Tetris, I wanted people to really enter the end game. Hopefully, like you've done your down stacking, you're finishing things up. And so with this 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I wanted someone to feel like this is the end game. I need the biggest finish. Like I have to save myself. This is going to be the moment. And so I tried to make this as big as possible. There's a ton of explosions here. Instead of using like cymbals and hi-hats for the psh, I used explosions. This is also like one of the first times that I actually used the contact chorus, the Jacob Collier chorus. And I was like, oh my God, this works so well, like actually way too well. The first time I did it, I literally just copy pasted the parts, the organ parts into the chorus. As you can see, this still says waterfall organ. And then I copy pasted it and dropped it down an octave. But they gave like the foot stomps and the clapping and I was like, holy moly, this works so well. Yeah. And so I wanted people to feel like this was a boss battle. In the bomb mode, so for people who play Tetris, bomb mode is super controversial. Bomb mode, you can more easily clean up garbage as you're not limited to 5 lines at a time. But also that means you can have more like frantic attacks. Also bombs, explosions are fun to look at. And so I wanted people to feel that same kind of fun when they are playing through explosion mode. I wanted to be chaotic. I wanted to go in a ton of different places for people. And I feel like smashing together the idol music that I had and smashing together like the funk jazz vibes that I have is like something that I guess it's done. But especially with the idea of Tetris, holding it all together, I wanted people to feel a bunch of different ideas and feelings as they're going through it. Now, the way that it came out, I don't think I mixed it well enough, because the first bass line, the bum 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 bum, it just does not pop. Like amidst all the Tetrising, it's like very, very quiet. And I think that's a mixing problem on my end, but I also didn't want it to just be obnoxious bass. So that's basically how I came to this piece. I believe I called this Exploding for Falling Pieces because I cannot name it Tetris things. So yes, that is how I came up with this. And this loops at somewhere around here. The excuse me. So this was super fun to make. I really enjoyed this. This is the one that I started on originally, and I was really excited about. And I wanted to help a little bit more, but I wasn't sure how my research schedule looked. But Wiley had another idea for another song, and Wiley, as you all know, it was Wiley's birthday on Saturday. Sing happy birthday to him. And so originally Wiley gave me the prompt like, oh, write like something for birthday themed. And so in my mind, the best way to do birthday themes, let me turn off my desktop really fast so you don't see the other projects. The best way to do birthday themes is like, I think you have to have happy birthday in there. And so as someone who also did like mix happy birthday all together, because I just really enjoy mixing happy birthday because happy birthday is done so often, but you know, I feel like it deserves its shine occasionally. Also, allow me to go on the rant now. I think I've done this rant before, but happy birthday is really hard to sing. Like it makes no sense that that is the song that people choose to sing. Like that's a jump. But anyhow, yeah, it's a lot. Now, happy birthday, the second time I came about it, basically after I got the prompt, I was like, I need to go train and do my biking. So I went outside. Okay, actually, there's a couple pieces. One, I knew for this one, I wanted to use this sound. So if you don't recognize that sound, I don't think you should recognize that sound. I hope most of you can't recognize that sound. That sound is from SSL3, the I mode. I mode had some very extreme changes made to it this year. So I mode was balanced. But I mode last year was a bit difficult because what people would do as a strategy was be drop one eyepiece, drop another eyepiece, and drop another eyepiece. So it's 3 eyepieces in the middle horizontally, so you get an all clear. And really, the game became who screwed up first. Now, last year when I heard this sound again, I was like, oh, I can slap a beat onto this. And so, yes, as Pembu has said, I wanted to sample that. And sample that I did. I also thought for happy birthday, it would be the most appropriate way to do this because we're playing Super Streamer Lobby, a lobby with hundreds of players involved, 200 streamers. Like this is the most opportune time to use such a sample. And so I took the clip out of me beatboxing and just like the da 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 pop, pop da pop, and I cleaned up the audio. So here's what the audio looks like. I cleaned it all up, and then what I did was I slapped on this kit.
Today is Wiley's birthday.
So yeah, so this bass is a synth bass. This is actually just a pre-made kit that I used and I just pulled out. I was like, this will work. And it worked, it did. I forgot what else I used this on. I used it on something else, but I really, really enjoyed this a lot, especially like the synth bass sound. It's the thing that I wanted. And so really that just goes the whole time.
This is a public service announcement. Today is Wiley's birthday.
And so the words that I had, originally, yeah, right. I thought it was really clever. And like it also, I feel like it's very much like I appreciate the Tetris community. Okay, so let me talk about the words. First, I had no idea how I was gonna put happy birthday on top of this. Happy birthday's chords. So also let me add an extra line in here so you don't hear any instruments while I'll just use the resample. So happy birthday. So it's 1, So usually you have a bass line that moves with that, but with the bass line that I've currently built,
This is a public service announcement.
it's just drones on one pitch, and I'm pretty sure the drone is boom. The drone is an F.
This is a public service announcement. Today is
sharp?
Wiley's birthday. Let's wish him happy birthday together.
sharp. So I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? Also, the time isn't right. Happy birthday to you. Da, 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 da. 1, 2, 3. Birthday, dear. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This isn't 4/4 time. So it doesn't really work that way. So what I did was I was just like, okay, we're just gonna turn this on and we're just gonna start singing. So this is literally, I think this is the second take. Yeah, this is my second take of the happy birthday thing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wiley. Happy birthday to you. Everybody.
So that's my second take of that. What I did to get my voice to sound like that. Oh, I put it here. Okay, there's a lot of things. So as I usually did, I EQ'd my voice like I needed to. So I pulsared, I did EQ, I compressed it, and then I used vocal synth. And so with vocal synth, if this sound is familiar, I use subtle formats. Again, just a preset on it. I was gonna use the robot one, but what inspired this line was I wanted this to sound very much like Portal. And I will say this also came before the Cake is a like. I did not think about adding a Cake is a Lie theme, but what I wanted this to sound like was it's a game breaking the third wall and that you need to sing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Also, I slapped on a ton of reverb onto this because I wanted this to sound like you're at a rap.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wiley. Happy birthday to you. Everybody now.
The ad-libs, like everybody now, that was really like in my head. That's what I was hearing. If I'm doing like praise and worship for a church, oftentimes like when the person who's leading the worship, they'll sing the melody, but then they also like yell out like, join me in on this next part, right? And so this is very much like, I want you all to sing now. Like, you've heard me sing it once now.
Happy birthday to you. Everybody now. Birthday to you.
Also,
Everybody now.
just here, let me listen. Like, here's the click.
Everybody now.
That click is from my keyboard. You'll hear it in most of my music somehow. And usually I take the click out. Sometimes I just forget to take the click out. But I feel like the click was really appropriate here. I didn't take the click out because I wanted it to sound like, oh, this is just like a dude on an intercom just saying like, okay, we're done. Button's over. Like, here's the button to end
To
the...
you. Everybody now. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I wanted this I can't hear you to sound as creepy as possible. I wanted it to be like, I am whispering in your goddamn ear that you need to be singing. I don't know if anyone actually sang. I need to check some of the VODs, but I hope people were singing.
To you. Happy birthday, dear Wiley. Happy birthday to you. When we check all the VODs later.
I wanted this to sound like GLaDOS. So this whole section, I wrote this whole thing. I was like, I wrote this whole thing and like I just ad-libbed it as this is what I want to hear from people.
Later, I fully expect VODs later. I fully expect to hear everyone singing. Let's try this one more time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wiley. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, and so from there, then we get into like the actual boom, whoop, whoop. And this part was really, really tricky. I wasn't sure how I wanted this to drop because this needed to be a freaking rave in my head. This is what I was supposed to do for my birthday stream. So really, this project was another opportunity for me to try doing the birthday rave. And this is originally what I had in mind. But I know when I was writing my birthday stream, I got really, really caught up with getting the right chords. And the other thing is when I wrote harmonies for everyone to sing, it really, really locked me into getting those chords right. And that I wouldn't be able to do like a drone like this. But because I led off with something like this, with the drone is like, this sounds like GLaDOS, it left me open to be able to create space and to create this whole, we are now entering like a rave. This is one of the first times that I've used a sampler, the resample, and for the birthday, I just triggered it as like a drum rack, and then what I did was, you can see the transpose button here. And so this transpose button, I basically just cranked it down. So if you see, let me see if we can see the automations. Also, surprise naps are the best. I hope you had a good nap. So yeah, basically for the birthday, this should be transpose. And you can see in the transpose line, I just had it drop down. I feel like I've never really had the opportunity to do that. Like, I don't usually write music like that. I usually write a lot of funk, I write a lot of ballads, but this was the first time I've actually pushed into like writing more like EDM styled. The only other thing that's close to this for me was writing the music, the intro to the 3D concert. And that's where I got a lot of this experience for this one, was writing the 3D intro concert for the 3D. I think this is just a string. I just pulled my strings for this because I wanted to.
Hold that piece, spin the T, come on, clear some garbage with me. Hold that piece.
Hold that piece, spin the T. This was also on my bike ride. I was just thinking, how do I fit this together with Tetris themes? So hold that piece, spin the T, come on, clear some garbage with me. We're all playing Tetris. We should all know how to spin T's and clear garbage. And so I felt like this is what needed to bring people together. I really did want people to sing along to this. And because I think the greatest gift that people can give is like having fun together and sharing their time and like their voices. And so I really wanted people to actually sing this. And so this is a 4-part harmony.
Piece, spin the T, come on, clear some garbage with me. Hold that piece, spin the T, come on, clear some garbage with me. Hold that piece, spin the T, come on, clear some garbage with me. Hold that piece, spin the T, come on, clear some garbage with me. Happy birthday.
And so yeah, then we clear it out. So that is a 4-part harmony, and it was just an easy chord. I don't think I actually played the piano for that one. I just sat in my head and like whatever it is.
Clear some garbage with me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Wally. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Wally. Happy birthday to you. Hold that piece. 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 Hold that piece.
Okay, the hold that piece. Originally the song was gonna end here, and then I was like, oh crap, I need 30, like a minute and 30 more seconds. And so I got really confused as to what to do here. I'm not sure what the structure of EDM music is. And so usually for this though, we have 2 themes. I've only have 1 theme, and right now I'm not sure how to incorporate the other themes. So what I did was I went back to like some of my favorite butt shaking songs and like some of my other favorite songs. And I wrote out a melody. The first melody that you'll hear, or bass line. Not that one. Where's the bass line? That this one. Let me do something for you all. Oppa, sorry. 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is gonna be long. 4. Oppan Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style. I did not do that on purpose. That one was completely accidental. I was writing it and I showed my roommate the melody.
Hold that piece.
I showed my roommate. I need you to stop. I showed my roommate and they're like, that sounds like Gangnam Style. And I was like, oh shoot. It's fine. It worked out. The other melody that you'll hear here. This was 100% JoJo. I was thinking about like the songs that slap the hardest. And I was like, JoJo. Any JoJo, like the ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna use something very similar, right? Like it works for a reason. So this whole section is basically if you smash. I don't know why I keep saying smash. If you smash JoJo together with Gangnam Style, together with like Zhuni, whatever, this is This is how Zhuni's brain works. Also, thank you so much for subscribing, Blanc. Blanc Ale. Welcome on in. We're glad to have you. So, yeah. Let me play this whole section now with all the parts. Oh, yeah. It's definitely JoJo Crack. Yeah, you should. A lot of these themes you should recognize from here. This, honestly, as much as this is a gift to Wiley, this is also like me finally having free range to just write whatever I wanted and to shove it all into one song. Because as I've been writing, I've been trying to figure out like what is my writing style. Is it just funk? I think in general I can navigate a pretty decent amount of different kinds of music at this point. Okay is what I'd say. I don't think this is the best. I don't think I mixed this fantastically, as I didn't do a ton of mixing on it. But yeah, this is I had a lot of fun with this. This was my favorite one. If someone ever asks me in the future, do you have a favorite song? Given this is like, I think this Happy Birthday is going to hit a very special place because it hits so many marks for me. It hits the JoJo mark, it hits the K-pop mark, it's the Happy Birthday mark. It's a gift, it's sentimental. It's also for an event that I really, really enjoyed. So I think this song will always hold a this piece will always hold a very special place in my heart. So this part I almost took out, but I feel like this kind of just takes me back to like my roots of like jazz. So like this is like the guitar part, but I put it in here. If you listen really carefully, it does help drive. It's like slightly off the tempo as well, so it's like so I didn't take it out. I was like, this definitely like this resonates. I wanted this to be a polyrhythm really, really bad. And so that's why this section is here. Where did the cake is a lie go?
The cake is a lie.
Yeah, okay. So then I add the polyrhythms here. Originally the song is supposed to end there. I was originally gonna have it just loop through the whole thing. Basically though, I had to add a little bit more build to it. So this last section is just to build the song up so it can loop over again. So yeah, this song in general was a ton of fun to write. And it slaps real hard and I really enjoy it a lot. It's always going to have a very, very special place in my heart. So, also, yes, I turned down the DAW so you can't hear me. But yeah, that is, I believe this is, I think I just called this all clear happy birthday. So in the next couple of days, I'm working on just getting some really simple music videos put together. So it's just like a picture with the title. It's not anything fancy, but hopefully like if you're studying and you want something to listen to, this stuff can keep you some good company. I'll be posting it later this week or next week if I have some time. And so hopefully you can enjoy it. I've got to do a little bit more remixing on each of the songs just to balance things out a bit better. But yeah, that is both the songs that I wrote for Super Streamer Lobby. Hoping, crossing my fingers that they'll invite me back to write some spooky music, as I've never actually written any spooky music, but I'm really looking forward to challenging myself. And if not, I'll write my own music. So yeah, that is that. Now, the last song we're getting to is a song that came out last week, which was I Have No More Fucks to Give. I'm just going to say the word because it sounds worse if I just don't say the word. So I Have No More Fucks to Give is the last song that we're going to go through. Let me turn off my desktop again. Now, while I have No More Fucks to Give loaded, the reason, let me save this. Why did Zhuni cover I Have No More Fucks to Give? And how did I find this song? Surprisingly enough, Ayla was like, hey Judy, I think this is a song that you'd really like. And I was like, sure, drop it in. Let me listen to it. And I listened to it, and I had never resonated more with the song before. I was like, God dang, this is such a beautiful song. Let me get the lyrics out. I was just like, God dang, why is this song so beautiful? I have no more fucks to give. Lyrics. And I heard the song, and the original version of this song is done on a ukulele, and it sounds very, very like homey, chill vibes. And it's like such a casual thing. It's such a casual song, and I love it. I don't know. Do I have the original here? The original is a very, very funny song. If you haven't listened to it, go ahead and click down on the link, or at least in the original video, I do link it. And the guy is very, very funny. Although lyrics are hilarious. Just like, let me just read some of the lyrics. If you have not read through the lyrics of the song, some of these lines are just gold, truly. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have run dry. I've tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy. I've no more fucks to give. No more fucks I've tried to get. I'm over my fuck budget, and I'm now in fucking debt. Like, god dang, that is hilarious. Cause the thing is, with the word fuck, like, fuck is used in so many ways. It is, like, originally, I don't know what the original intent of the word fuck is, but fuck, I think, is to fuck someone over, or like to fuck, right? That is engaging in intercourse. But to fuck someone over is like, oh, you screwed this person over. There's so many different ways to use the word fuck. Like, I am fucking tired. How is fucking an adjective? Like, I am fucking tired, right? How does that work? How is fucking describing tired? But really, in this case, the word fucking is an adjective to describe very. I am very, very tired. So I'm fucking tired is like, okay, if you really translated that literally, how is one fucking tired? Like, that's a fucking huge lemon. You know, like, it's just really like, the word fuck has so many different ways it can be used, but really the word itself has almost no meaning. It's how you use and create the sound. And so when Mr. Thomas Benjamin writes the song I Have No More Fucks to Give, it's very much in a noun. It's like, this is an object that displays how much energy and capacity that I have. So I have no more energy to give, and I have, like, I'm done. I'm tired. So the song's really about just like, I'm tired of working, rather than like, I have no more fucks to give. But if I sang a song about being overworked and tired and like trying my best, that's not as funny as I have no more fucks to give. It's a brilliant song. Also, I should have just had like a fuck counter. You know, I've said fuck more times in this stream than I have in my entire streaming career. But yes. Yeah, right? I hope you at least tired out of dinner before you I'm okay, don't worry about it. Yeah, the word fuck is really, really difficult. Like, if you're an English language learner and someone's like, I'm fucking tired, versus like, I have no more fucks to give, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, that's a fascinating word. So anyhow, when Ayla showed me this song, I was like, this is, I don't know whether to laugh or cry, but I relate to this in so many ways. And to be, again, although this came out right after our company shut down, I did hear about this song like way back in March. And way back in March, I was like, I have to cover this song. Now, the problem with me picking this song to cover was, one, I don't need people to read into it that much, but, you know, I released it right after our company fell through. So you can read into it as much as you want. Yeah, it's really weird to say the word fuck. I sang this song for like a week and a half straight. I was scared to death singing this song. Like, I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have runneth dry. I've tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy. And I was so afraid that one of my neighbors were gonna come up and be like, hey, I get it that you're practicing, but we have small children here. But none of my neighbors stopped by and was like, okay, we don't need him saying the F word all the time. I was shocked that I got through it. And so from here on out, I just don't say anything to my neighbors. My neighbors let me literally belt expletives in our condo complex for like 2 weeks straight without anything being said. Also, I needed this song in the period of life because I was tired and working on a lot of papers, and I truly have no more fucks to give after a certain point. And absolutely agree with the sentiment that the word fuck is the Swiss Army knife of expletives. Yeah, God fucking damn it, you know? Anyhow, so Zhuni, last day on NexStage, plan is to sing that song live. I probably will though. R. Van Backel, it was a pleasure to meet you as well. I don't usually swear. The other reason I wanted to do this song was because it's essentially the gap moe for me, right? Most of you all know me as the academic and I don't really swear that much. But what if Zhuni just dropped a song where he swore every single word? Like every single goddamn time. And I thought that would be really, really funny. And I still find much joy from this song in general. And so, yeah. So let's go through this first part. Okay. The best part about the intro for me, so in the original song, he goes like a ba 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 ga ga. He gets like a ukulele strum. But for me, and working on this song, I realized I needed to make this something like how would if a VTuber, like again we are VTubers. So how does a VTuber cover this, right? Like a VTuber doesn't have like a ukulele, and like sure I could do that, but what is more in line with what I'm doing? So I reckon people swear a lot. Yeah, I don't. This is the most I've sworn ever. But yes, you do you, Backle. Yeah. What made the song really difficult was I didn't edit the crap out of the song. Listening to the original of this song, the guy misses pitches. But what makes the song good is he misses his pitches, but it sounds like he doesn't give a fuck anymore. And so how do I sing this song like truly giving absolutely no more fucks? That was a very difficult thing to be in for this song. Like how can I sit in a place where I'm just done with everything? And that was by far the hardest part, because there's a difference with being done with everything and like people know you're tired, but how do you make it funny is the question. Like I can come here and tell you like I am overworked, I am tired, and I can bring the whole mood down. But this song doesn't do that. This song, like again, let's read through the lyrics. I've tried, I've tried even more. I've tried, and I can't recall what for. I've pressed, I've pushed, I've yelled, I've begged in hope of some success, but the inevitable fact is that I never will impress. Like, just take those words at face value. If I said that on stream, you'd be like, is Zhuni gonna be okay? But what makes this song magical and what makes this song work so well is that it's funny. It is hilarious. And the reason I think it's so funny and hilarious is because this dude just writes a whole song about how he has no more fucks to give, which clearly he has a fuck to give. He clearly has some fucks. He cares to a certain degree, and his delivery of it is so well done. And he also doesn't focus on getting all the right pitches, because if he focused on getting all the right pitches, he clearly has fucks to give. But he sings this like slightly off, where it's like, I don't have any more fucks to give. And so the hard part about this was, how do I edit this to make it like, I don't have fucks to give, but I kind of have some fucks to give. Like a little bit of fucks, but like, it's not incredibly, I don't have a lot of fucks to give. And so even this first organ run, that's not right at all. Like that's so wrong. I saw this, and you can see here, I did not edit these at all. I showed the original to my mom a while back, and she loved it. So I'm so glad, Isaac. I'm glad she enjoyed it. Yeah, that means a lot to me. Thank you so much. But if you can see here, usually what I do with my pitches is I will I set to grid and I clean these all up. But for this part, I did not do any of that. I left it as this is how it came out and played. And I was just like, this is how it's going to be. Because it sounds wrong, but close enough to right.
I've tried, and I've tried even more. I've cried, and I can't recall what for. I've pressed, I've pushed, I've yelled, I begged in hopes of some success. But the inevitable fact is that it never will impress. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have run it dry.
When I was recording that section, I've no more fucks to give. The way that I kept singing it in my head, I would have to smile. So instinctively when I sing this section, I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have runneth dry. I've tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy. I've no more fucks to give. No more fucks I've tried to get. I'm over my fuck budget and I'm now in fucking debt. I intentionally smile the whole time I am singing that because what else do you do at that point? That whole section I do smiling. And I feel like if I'm not smiling during that section, it gets really, really dark. Like if I don't smile, I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have runneth dry. I've tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy. I've no more fucks to give. I've no more fucks I've tried to get. I'm over my fuck budget and I'm now in fucking debt. Right? Like you can hear the smile, but if I'm not smiling, the song really changes. Like it just sounds like I'm angry. Yes, I can sing it in the higher range, but you can hear that I am pissed. I should really do a screamo version of this song. I feel like a screamo version would be hilarious. Let me see if I can get close. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have run it dry. I've tried to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy. I think it'd be great. Oh, okay. Breathe, Zhuni. We're good. Let me get some water. Also, hi, Ella. Okay. Where were we? Oh my god. Wait. Okay, sorry. My next favorite thing. So, a while back when I was working on this, I found that there was a plugin for a bad recorder. The contact package is literally called Bad Recorder Playing. And I got the full version of Contact 7 just so I could use this library. I also needed it for other things. But I kid you not, this Bad Recorder Playing plugin is my favorite plugin in the world. I don't think any of you understand how much I love this thing. It is like my favorite thing in the world. Let me see if I can pull it up. 909. I think it's this one. It's just so silly sounding. I love it so much. Like it's just, I don't know. It's such a silly sound. Also, let me turn some stuff off for this. I need to turn off ozone because it's eating all my RAM. There's a couple of other things that it's eating my RAM too. Okay. Let me talk about the chain that I have here. The first thing I had to do was I cleaned the audio. So I got rid of all the clicks. I got rid of all the clips. I got rid of all the breathing. And then I have this utility to make it mono. And then I have vinyl, which makes it sound old. And so if I turn this all off, this is how I sound.
I've tried, and I've tried even more. I've cried, and I can't recall what for. I've yelled,
when I heard this version without the vinyl on it, it just sounds way too clean. Like it doesn't sound like I had no more fucks to give. Like if I wanted a clean version,
I've tried even more. I've cried, and I can't recall what for. I've pressed, I've pushed, I've yelled, I've begged in hopes of some success.
It just misses like a lot of everything. So I purposely put on the vinyl. I cleaned up with Nectar, And so it gives it a lot more. It just sounds scuffed. Like that's the hardest part about this song was how do I get good scuff? I need natural scuff, but scuff that works. Oh yeah, let me turn all these things off again because I want to be able to play my recorder because I love this recorder and there's so much latency right now. It's like a silly recorder. So anyhow, I really love that. I don't know when I'm going to use that recorder again. Like I have no idea when I'm going to find another opportunity to use the recorder, but if I ever do another song like this, I will use the recorder. If I'm ever going to do like any parodies, it's going to include the recorder because the recorder just has to be there. Anyhow,
rarely won. I smiled, I've charmed, I've wooed, and laughed alas to no avail. I strive to get everything done. I've played by all the rules.
I don't know if you can hear, but I'm still smiling. The whole time I am smiling because I don't have a choice. The song...
Run around like a moron to unequivocally fail. I've no more fucks to give. My fuck use has just blown. I've been hunting for my fucks all day, but they've upped and fucked off home. I've no more fucks to give. My fuck rations are depleted. I've rallied my fuck army, but it's been fucking defeated.
Okay, the next section is actually really, really hard. The effort has just not been worth the time or the expense. I practiced this, but I really shouldn't have practiced it because that last part, I've exhausted all my energy for minimal recompense. The distinct lack of acknowledgement has now begun to go, and I've come to realize that I don't give a fuck at all. I really shouldn't have practiced that because he goes, don't give a fuck at all. And he like slurs into it and kind of misses it, and it kind of bothered me, and so that's why I fixed mine and I tuned it. I dropped it down the octave. I didn't actually go for it. Sorry, let's keep going.
Fucks to give. My fucks have...
Sorry, I have all the plugins on here. Just make this thing die. It's like 43% of my RAM usage. I have a lot of RAM.
My fuck to give. My fucks have flown away. My fucks are now so fucked off they refuse to fucking stay. I've no more fucks to give.
I don't know if you know or not. I had a lot of trouble with that line. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks are sorry. Like my fucks have flown away. My fucks are now so fucked off they've refused to fucking stay. I don't know how to say those lines correctly. Like I've never used the F word that many times in a row where it's like I don't know what it's also hello Cinemelody. Like I truly don't know how one would say that sentence. My fucks, I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have flown away. My fucks are now so fucked off they've refused to fucking stay. Like that is more time. That is more fucks in 5 seconds than I have said like this entire month withstanding this stream. I don't swear that much. So when my fucks have flown away, my fucks are now so fucked off they've refused to fucking stay. Like I wasn't sure like in the headspace of why I would say a phrase like that. And so like the way that I had it was like, okay, if I'm gonna sing this line, this is like I'm at my wit's end. I am happy cloud. I am the happiest cloud that you will ever find. I will cause mass mayhem as a happy cloud because I am tired of everything around me and I will destroy you all, but I cannot do that. I am passive aggressive. I will not punch you in the face today. I will kind of punch you in my mind, and that's the fucks that I have left to give. And that's how I sat through that last verse. And so yes, that is how I sat through that and how I got through that. But I wasn't sure how to sing those lines.
My fucks have gone insane. They've come back round and passed me while they're fucking off again. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have all dissolved. I plan many projects, but my fucks won't be involved. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have all been spent. They fucked off from the building, and I don't know where they went. I know more fucks to give.
Okay.
I know more fucks to give.
That's that. Now, I think I also want to take a moment to really appreciate Ayla's editing. So let me go ahead and let me get the music video for this. 1 second. The music video for this, I think Ayla did a fantastic job, first off. Videos. And I have no more fucks to give. Okay. Oh, I need to unmute. Exit out of that. Exit out of that. And then let me unmute this. Okay. So one, the art was done by Hana. So Hana Sora. If you have not ever checked out her work, she's amazing. This was super like, hey, off the cuff, like, can you do this? So I asked her for 3 chibis. I asked her for one of Zhuni that's like mildly okay, kind of not okay.
I tried.
This one. I also asked for a recorder playing one, and then I also asked for one that claps. And I think this is just one adorable because I think it really captures the whole I'm done. I'm quitting.
I tried even more.
Also for the video reference, I sent the bup because I don't know why. I felt like I was inspired by that song to write the arrangement for this one. And so I used that one as inspiration for the music video.
I've cried, and I can't recall what for. I pressed, I pushed, I yelled, I begged in hopes of some success. But the inevitable fact is that it never will impress. I've no more fucks to give. My fucks have run it dry. I'm trying to go fuck shopping, but there's no fucks left to buy. I've no more.
Also, I really love this little guy when he's clapping. Like the clapping is just, I love him. He's great. He is my energy. He is doing his best. He is clapping and giving everything he can. This is just that Zhuni. This one is truly me on the inside. I'm doing my best. We're crying, but we're trying, and that's what counts. Yes.
I've no more fucks to give.
Yeah.
No more fucks.
But also,
I
can we take a moment to oh, I'm sorry. This one was amazing too. This is also a Zhuni vibe right here. Like, if you ever need to describe anyone, like if you're gonna describe Zhuni, this right here is the epitome of Zhuni. Just trying and crying. We're doing our best.
I strive.
Where is the goddamn clapping scene? Also, I'm sorry.
My fuck you has just
I love this as well. Like, we're all doing our best here. It's also weird to see me this many times on screen. Like, that's a lot of Zhunis. I'm actually mildly terrified. I'm concerned. Is this the scene? I don't know why this brings me so much joy, but just like the closing in on Zhuni and, you know, the intensity of it all, like,
the distant lack of acknowledgement has now begun to go, and I've come to realize that I don't give a fuck at all. I've no more fucks to give. My fuck.
This is an amazing scene. Also, hello, SD, welcome back. I just
Have flown away. My fucks are now so fucked up.
This took a lot of time and attention, and I appreciate it greatly. We're all doing our best.
They've come back round and passed me while they're
Also, wait, I actually never noticed that he has to move. Sorry, he does move.
They've come back round and passed me while they're fucking off again. I've no more fucks to give.
So anyhow,
My fucks have all
I really
dissolved.
like all of them in
I
the
planned many projects,
You know,
but
we
my fucks
may not
won't
get as
involve.
many views on these as like the
I've no more
500s and the
fucks to
200s, but
My fucks
I'm
have
still
all
really
been
happy to make music
They
and to
fucked
make
up from the
shorts.
building, and I don't know
Yeah,
where
I
they
know
went.
it's not like the thing
I know
I'm
more
known
fucks to
for,
give.
but
no
it's
more
the thing
fucks
that
to
makes me
give.
most happy.
No more fucks,
And
no
even
more
if
fucks,
it's like
no more
slight
fucks to
monetary
give.
investments, I'm happy to be able to put my time and energy into something that I really enjoy. 1 second. So anyhow, that is I have no more fucks to give, because truly no more fucks to give. And even though like it was, I had this prep beforehand. I was just waiting for an opportunity to put it out. I was gonna put it out originally like in August-ish during a slow season, but I mean my company just went down there. I also messaged Corpo and I was like a management and I was like, hey, I'm gonna put this out right after the announcement. Are you cool with that? And so they're like, go for it. So I did that, and I think it turned out fine. I think the other statement that I really enjoyed from this, like I've tried and tried and I've tried even more, is that I feel like this song gained so much popularity and relatable is because it's so relatable. As like Isaac was saying, like this is the song of like the frontline workers. Like we've tried even more, but I feel like for content creators, it's like I think there's also like another layer of helplessness to it, right? Like this song could have also just gone under the radar and just never found because the algorithm never picked it up. But the fact that an algorithm picked it up is like this guy wrote this song because he's so frustrated with everything, just like no more fucks to give. But what's funny though is that this song did catch wind. The one song where you say you have no more fucks to give and you're just done is the one song that picks up. I don't know if he thought this was the song that's going to be the breakout song. It's been like 2 million views on it. And I like a lot of people I think just can relate to this song in general. And I think it's a really, really funny song, which is why I covered it. And I would be lying if I said I never felt these feelings. Like, of course, many of us feel these feelings, whether it's at work, whether it's like content creation, whether it's whatever we're doing. I feel like we all have that sense of like, what am I doing and what the fuck am I doing this for? And I think there's always a reason to fucking do something. That one was unnecessary. My apologies. There's always a reason to try and do something. But I also think sometimes like you need to just go head empty, Oonga Boonga. And I feel like this song is the head empty Oonga Boonga Leroy Jenkins of music. It's fantastic. And I love doing songs like this. I feel like the head empty ha 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 swearing a lot is really funny occasionally. But like there's also things that I'm working on in my own project and not necessarily this. So I'm going to go ahead and switch scenes for a hot second. Yeah. And so those are all the songs that I have so far. So I think if we have some time, I might actually get back into Cruel Angel's Thesis, since we didn't get to finish that, but I could also play Elden Ring. But if I start Elden Ring now, I will not stop, and that is a problem. Chat, I had such a long day yesterday, and my only free time was like after 10:30. And so what I did after 10:30, I said, screw it. I want to play Elden Ring. So I turned on Elden Ring and I had a good goddamn time. I started her up. I did some exploration and I leveled up. Chat, I'm almost level 100 in Elden Ring. I have a giant laser beam. I got Renala's staff, the Royal Academy Glintstone staff. And I am finally leveling up I'm leveling up my vigor because I'm currently fighting a boss that keeps one-shotting me. Actually, most bosses at this point one-shot me because I just don't level up my vigor at all. Like I've truly just gone head in intelligence and dexterity because I want to launch my spells faster. It's really bad. It truly is like just don't get hit. And the sad reality of this is I am going to get hit. I kind of get hit because I'm not that good. I have a Zhuni beam. It is my favorite thing in the world. I love my Zhuni beam. Like, I just sit there and okay, like I don't spam it for the whole thing, but like I basically I open my sets, not open my sets. I open most of my battles with a Zhuni beam, and it is the best thing in the world. I love my Zhuni beam. It provides me such safety, and I also finally found I finally have enough health to actually use the mimic, because I actually truthfully could not use the mimic ever because I was too weak. I didn't have enough vigor to use the mimic thing. So I finally started using him, and he's amazing. He also has a Zhuni beam, and we can both use Zhuni beams. It's wonderful. Yeah, I haven't used the mimic that often. I usually use the shield homies. The shield homies are just, there's something about them. You know, they don't use my health. They're like, they only use half my FP, and they're so reliable though. Like, they just like run up to things and like push them away, and that's kind of what I need. Like, I need them to take aggro, and they're just like, yo, you want to go? Like, oh, you want to fight, punk? And they fight, and they're amazing. I love them. They're my favorite. Like, between the mimic and the shield homies, I would still pick the shield homies. But there are cases where I need to do actual damage, and the shield homies ain't doing damage. The shield homies like occasionally toss like a glass bottle or something, or like shove someone over with a shield, and like it helps. But it doesn't help against like the big scary bosses. I have not been able to synchronize our Zhuni beams because the mimic won't launch a giant Zhuni beam, and I'll just have my Zhuni beam out. Like, I just put my Zhuni beam out there like there's no tomorrow. So yeah, we Zhuni beaming it all up in here, but I haven't synchronized yet. I really got to try synchro. We'll get the synchro eventually. So I'm thinking about what I need when I'm going to do my next Elden Ring stream. Also, I finally finished Paper Mario, and I need to do a Paper Mario Pit of 100 Trials run with Wacka. I beat the Shadow Queen. I beat Bone Tail. And so now that I've beaten the whole game for a third time, I need to do my final Wacka run. I beat Prince Mush already, so I'm trying to think of how long that's going to take. I feel like the last boss, like Wacka, I want to first get Wacka. I have refused to whack Wacka because he's so cute. Like, Wacka's adorable. Like, how could you whack Wacka? And for folks, like, hold on. Let me just save image. Let me just pull up Wacka because he's adorable. Like, how could you whack him? He's so cute. Like, how dare you? 1 second. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of Wacka. Image. Wacka. I feel like Wacka's just gonna come out giant when I pull him up. Oh, he came out small. Okay. There's Wacka. Okay, it still works. Like, look at him! He's adorable! What Wacka can do no wrong except when he murders you. Like, he's just a little guy. And so the story of Wacka is like the secret boss. Is Wacka in the first Paper Mario was intended to be an actual boss. But like he's so cute. And the reason why people whack Wacka is because he gives you a Wacka bump, which heals 25 HP and 25 FP, which is pretty solid. That's good healing. I remember the first time I played Paper Mario, and like when I was younger, I thought like if you just kept whacking him, he would never go away. And then I whacked him too many times, and he never came back, and I was so sad. Like, actually heartbroken that I killed Wacka. I felt so bad. And so I now just don't whack Wacka because Wacka is our homie and we don't hurt homies. But for me to unlock the secret boss, I I think you have to whack him. What's his instructions for unlocking Wacka? What is it? Okay, so what you do to get him, according to, there's only one Wacka left in the world. So Wacka appears as a hidden boss. He replaces Bonetail as the Pit of 100 Trials boss on repeat trips after specific criteria are met. In order for him to appear, the player needs to have completed the entire Pit of 100 Trials by defeating Bonetail to 100 and hit Wacka and Keelhaul Key 8 times. Oh yeah. His full name is Wacka and he's a mole. Hence the Whack-a-Mole. Paper Mario is so funny. I'm planning on playing some other RPGs as well, so I'm really looking forward to it. So just one left. You just look. I am doing this so I can fight the secret boss. Okay, the secret boss being Wacka, and I beat Prince Mush already. I just need to make him extinct. Essentially, make him extinct. I don't like that. It feels kind of bad. Yeah. Maybe we don't make him go extinct. But also I want to fight him. Okay. The more we try to relate to our video. Okay. Everything was fine in video games before Undertale came out. Like, I'm just going to be terrible. I'm going to kill everything. And then Undertale was like, oh no, like it matters. You're killing our whole people and everything again. What if this is just a game to me? What if I just want to cause mass mayhem? Why do you want me to feel and relate to the characters that I'm playing with? This is just a simple story. Why do I care? And I care because Whack-a-Mole is cute and I am invested in him. And Undertale. Would I be able to do a genocide run? I've thought about it. I've thought many times about if I wanted to do a genocide run. Do I feel like I could do a genocide run? I feel like I just feel really, really bad. Even at the end of my first time playing Undertale, I did not kill Flowey because part of me was like, is it my choice to decide if Flowey should live or not? And I don't think I want that kind of responsibility, quite frankly. Like, to choose if Flowey should die, I don't think a lot of people should have that kind of power, Like, that's a lot of power. And I guess for me, it's like, that's a lot of responsibility to decide who lives in... Like, I would never want to be a deity figure that's like, yep, I believe that you're done, so you can, like, peace out. It'd be really difficult to do. Heck, I have issues just even doing my research, man. Ugh. But anyhow, where were we? Yeah. 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 So I definitely want to do another stream with Paper Mario at some point. Basically, my Paper Mario build is if I was good at Elden Ring. My Paper Mario build is an Oonga Boonga build. So let me see how many points I have in BP. I think I'm currently level 30. I'm only level 30 and I beat everything. Wow, I'm pretty good. I'd be annoyed with that job. It'd be a terrible job. I have 69 BP. 69 BP. Yeah, so I have 69 BP. I do need to level up a bit more. I'm only level 30 right now. I think on my last run, I finished everything at like level 33, so I did better this time. But I also know that in the new Paper Mario for Wii, or for Switch, oh my god, for Switch, they made super dodging easier in general. So I think I didn't super dodge as much, but when people say that Sweet Treat and Tremor are OP, like they really are. I got through so much of the Pit of 100 Trials just by Sweet Treat and Star Tremor. It's wild how powerful they are. I rarely used Sweet Feast. It just takes up too much FP. I only used it once so far, and that was fighting the Shadow Queen because she almost murdered me. But yeah, if I was playing Elden Ring perfectly, I would have a only intelligence build and just dodge everything. And clearly that's not going well for me because I keep getting hit because I'm bad. Astel is still kicking my butt. I haven't gone back to fight him. I still need to like go back and try to hurt him. I feel like while we're here, I should try to be productive and we should go back to Evangelion since we're like on this working like music thing. So I'm gonna switch back to gaming screen. I'm gonna put you away, Wacka. You've been good. Thank you for being here, Wacka. Okay. All right. So where were we? Let me turn this off. Last time we were working on Evangelion, and this is where we are currently. 残酷の天使のように少年よ神話になれ 青い風が今胸のドアを叩いても私だけをただ見つめて微笑んでるあなたそっと触れるもの求めることに夢中いて運命さえまだ知らない痛いけない瞳開けるいつか気づくでしょその中にはSo I don't know if you recognize this. This is the same drum set that I was using for the birthday one. Also Elias, what about anime analysis? So the thing with anime analysis, it takes a lot more research. Well, I mean, I've been watching more anime, a lot more. I'm getting through a decent amount. Let me add that. Let me put this here. But I feel like the time investment for anime analysis is a lot. And I think that would just be like a lot more. There's a couple of other things I need to add. And then I just want claps, clap, 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 clap. I don't even want the kick here. I want this just to be a build up into the next section. And then I want this to be doubled, clap, 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 clap. And then 16th notes. I feel like this should just be a stutter. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll get back into bass here. What comes next in the song? Let me check really fast. That's the vocal line. Oh, I remember what I did here. What comes next? Oh no! It's the whole instrumental. Okay, it's the instrumental. How long is that instrumental? And then what comes here? Oh my god, this instrumental is long. Okay. That stripped down orchestration is written. Yeah, I was listening to a lot of Evangelion this week. And I'm gonna keep this one pretty minimal because this whole section is this whole song's basically just driven on her voice. It's kind of wild. Nope, you're gonna get me DMCA'd. Okay. Let's turn that off. And so I think for this song, what I'm really gonna focus on is I'm trying to drive this with my voice. So I think for this section, let's get the So this part is keyboard. So ba ba ba. So let me get the bass part. Bum bum ba doo ba doo ba ba doom ba da ba doo ba doo ba. What do I want there? What do I want? Let's try that. I need more bass. I just need you to go forever. Okay, you're not going forever like the way I want you to. We're just gonna copy paste you a billion times, or at least until measure 75. Okay, and then we get back into the chorus. Let me clean this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should work there. And then let me clean this section. Not that. So one of the things that I did not do in I didn't do it as often in I Have No More Fucks to Give, but I did not do a lot of what I'm doing here. That's behind. I think this, can I just, yeah, quantize? Is that gonna mess it up? Let me quantize. No, there's a 16th note there. This one needs to be quantized. I think these can all be quantized. Let's do this in small segments. Okay, so then we need this really big buildup. That's not right. That's not right. Let me see a different instrument. Yeah, let's start with this. This is, we don't need percussive rhythms here. We just kind of need something to fill space. Okay. And then this is going to be, we want this to be, yeah, let's do some nice long arpeggios. Or actually, we won't do that yet. We'll just do some big octave jumps. then we need to get into the actual solo. Yeah, that's what we're going to use for our solo. We're not going to copy her solo exactly because it's going to take me forever to actually transcribe it, and it's going to get real DMCA in here. Like really, really DMCA'd. What's this one? Yeah, let's do this. I want this in the background. This should be pretty easy to quantize. Then what's this instrument? And then here. Yeah, we'll just kind of fill some chords in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just really quick, I think we should be able to slap on. Let me delete some errors in here. Okay, so then we'll copy paste this, and then we're going to fill this into the that's this part. Need more space? How do you fit? Hold on. You're sounding weird. 1, 2. 1, 2. Ba ba 2 ba. And then I think how many more? Yeah, we got one more of these builds. So let's take this section, let it switch in here, and we will take this, and then we should be able to get it into this chunk. Almost done. And then that becomes da da ba da 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 da. And then let's write a solo. Where's the solo come in? And why is that wrong? That shouldn't sound like that. Oh, because you're wrong. You're wrong. Okay. All right, let's do this. Oh, and then this actually goes here. Da da da. Da, da. And then you play again, I think? I think you come again? And then let me fill this piano with a new piano part. I want a grand piano though. Are you the grand piano? No, you're not. You are the... I need a different one. Oh, maybe I can use you. Definitely can't use you. You are not the tool. I think... You know, maybe I'm gonna use you. Maybe I'll just use you. Two, three, four. I can't play arpeggios. Okay, there's a lot of notes in there. That one might have... I gotta stretch out my wrist more. These are triplet, 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 triplet. Eighth notes, triplets. For folks who have never heard what a triplet is, triplets are your best friend. So in music, we have these things called beats, as I had explained, I think last time. And in beats, oftentimes we just divide it in half. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But sometimes you want to get groovy with it. And, you know, what if I just want to do everything as like three pieces in one beat? So instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we get triplet, 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 pa 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 pa. 1 and 2 and triplet, triplet, 1 and 2 and triplet, triplet. And so when you take when you sometimes what composers will do is they'll mix up things that are broken in half, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So an example is in the left hand, I'm gonna play an eighth note. I need a better instrument than this. How about you? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna use my piano because I have that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, triple it, triple it, triple it. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So you can hear I can fit 3 in there. Sometimes though people do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and triple it. 1 and 2 and triple it. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it. Let me get a metronome out. So yeah, getting them to balance is really difficult and I can't do it. Hence why I'm just gonna write it out. So yes, what you're seeing at the top here, this part is triplet arpeggios. And in music, an arpeggio is basically just a broken down chord. So if we're having a C chord and you break this down, you get a bunch of separate pitches, and this is what makes the really cool looking things. So if you ever want to impress your friends at a club and there's a piano, just like toss out an arpeggio. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's how you pretend to play piano. If you just do like add some sevenths in there. And now you can be like the life of a party, basically. Okay, so anyhow, that's being cool. That's not what I do. I try to play piano and then I butcher it. And then it's like, oh man, bruh. Anyhow, where were we? F, this is G, that's an A sharp, not a B minor. This needs to be closer. You all need to be scoochy. Scoochy, scoochy. You, as a general note, need to be scoochied over. You all need some scoochies. You are scoochied. Are you scoochied? Scoochie, scooch, scooch. Oh my, there's so much scooching that needs to be done. Scoochy, scoochy, scooch. Scooch, scooch. Scooch, scooch, scooch. Oh, I screwed something up. This is not how it should be. I lost a lot of notes on the way. I don't know what happened on the way down, but we lost like every single note on the way down is what happened. That's because Zhuni has to practice. That is why we practice, friends. And so it is at times like this where it's like, oh, should Zhuni practice more? Or should Zhuni just write the pitches in? And the easy answer is just write the pitches in. But the answer that I'm gonna do is practice it again, because I would rather be able to play the arpeggio than get it easy on one go. So oh god, oh god, oh god. Let's see. Was that lost when it crashed last stream, or did you not get here yet? Oh, the stream that crashed was the Super Streamer Lobby. That one I missed out on the whole birthday part. This one nothing crashed, but I just didn't get here last time. So all we finished last time was the beginning, and I think, let me check what this is really fast, because I think we could finish this like today. Zuto, zuto. So once we get out of this section, let me change this. So this whole section is what we come out of from the instrumental. So I'm just gonna put this here and okay, we're in the right place. Ba, 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 ba. And then I think it goes to ba da ba da 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 ba ba da ba da ba ba da ba da 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 ba ba da ba da ba. And we can just copy paste this whole section. Copy pasting, we're copy paste the whole song. And that should line up with the nope, that is not the end of the song. Oh, I know what she does. I know what she does. I know. So I don't get DMCA, turn you off. I think she does. And then she sings this again. No? Oh no! I'll have to study it more. I'll finish it up later. But at the very least, the structure is here. I have the solo section written out, so just to label this song. This is add locator instrumental. And then we have, starting here, we have, let me add the flag. Add info text. Okay, or not. But okay, let me go ahead and actually call quits here. Okay. Okay. Let me double check that everything still works on my end. I had us already set for a raid earlier, but I want to double check that everything still works. And we should be good to go. Looks like some other folks are streaming. Yeah. Let's go and we will raid. Since we've just been doing music, we will go ahead and hang out with Avantali. I've rated her a couple of times before. She does music things. Really great pianist in general, great vocalist as well. VTuber with the piano, Nani is what we always, yeah, that sounds right. So we have a piano, we also pianoed. But for folks who are here, as we were doing things before the rebrand, let me go ahead and sing the ending song for you all. 1 second. And let me save. raid message, it'll just be a junior raid with the hearts. Green heart. No. Heart. Green. Junior raid. And then there's the raid message. But yeah, if everything works right, you should be headed over to Evanteli. Hopefully things work right, but with things being a bit odd with YouTube today, it may not work. So if not, let me go ahead and post where she is, because she's wonderful, like talented, amazing individual in general, and definitely deserves all the time and attention. So I'm going to give you off to the ending screen. Thank you, Ayla, for the raid. You better have eaten. But that's all from Zhuni. Oh, Zhuni, I will catch you all later. I will get my schedule up this week. We have 2 more schedules. I'm going to do my best. I will see what I can put together, but I've got family visiting this week, and the XL family is coming in. So I will catch you all later, and I'll do what I can in the next week. Oh, tune in. Bye-bye.